Well, hello and welcome to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody needs a little TLC. Talk Leadership with Cedrick is where we focus on leadership and personal growth with business leaders, educators, and local thought leaders. Our goal is to introduce our audience to leaders who are making an impact with innovative ideas. Our guiding leadership principle is the law of contribution. Growing yourself enables you to grow others. You can't give what you don't have. So first, you must grow yourself in order to grow others. We believe outstanding leaders like yourself will help us to help others. So tonight, we have another dynamic leader with us. And you know, every week I like to do a proper introduction of my guests. So let me do a proper introduction of my guest tonight, Miss Talibah Ndidi, also known as Miss Bonita Hawkins from Lake Charles, Louisiana. So Talibah is a natural health educator, a creator of Earth Herbs Organic Herbal Company, and director of Divine Wounds for Life Female Reproductive Educational Program. Talibah studied at the Institute of Chinese Herbology and the Divine Institute of Wisdom. Talibah has been teaching herbal wisdom for over 25 years. She has dedicated her life to sharing life-sustaining and essential information on preventative health with the help of ancient herbal remedies and using food as medicine. Let me say that again, using food as medicine. She shares her wisdom with people with all walks of life. Her teaching consists of ancient principle of know thyself, learning how each vital organ functions and the food that nourishes them. Talibah consults many people throughout the world, helping individuals transform their health using ancient natural techniques. Talibah's passion for educating young girls and women on the importance of reproductive care and the sacredness of the womb led her to author the book Body Changes 111, Transforming into the New You, and Wound Sense, Balancing the Sacred Wound ebook. Talibah facilitates hands-on workshops where participants explore the spiritual and physical aspects of their lives by attuning to their body, their mind, and their soul. Talibah is available for private consultation and to speak with you at your next event. So help me, guys. Let's welcome Miss Talibah Ndidi to the show. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that not only are we friends, but we grew up next door to each other, right?
Yeah.
Part of the Blake Street crew.
Blake Street crew for sure.
And she lived next door to me, and we're still friends.
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you tonight. I know that you've been dealing with women's health for a long time, over 25 years. And so I'm excited to have you educate our audience. And but before we do that, kind of tell the audience about your career path. What led you to where you are today?
Well, you know, giving thanks and honor to the Most High. I was living in Los Angeles in 1990, and I was working with pretty much the top herbalist in LA. I was actually doing internship with them, helping them prepare all their products and learning at the same time. And a lot of women kept coming to me with reproductive issues. So of course, you know, I'm in the lab. So I'm like, well, let me create something to help women, you know, get some type of relief for the reproductive system. So I created a natural herbal vaginal suppository. And that worked really well. It helped women with cysts and, you know, any disorders of the female reproductive system. So by doing that, it got me more into wanting to know more about the human body, not just the reproductive system. So that kind of took me to a whole new plateau. And then I became sick. I almost died. I had a respiratory tract infection, and I wanted to know how I contracted it. So I started doing a lot of research. And in that particular moment in time, I just went cold turkey. I stopped eating meat. I stopped eating a lot of foods that was, filled with toxins and chemicals, and just started self-educating myself about how the human body functions, and just basically using natural herbs to heal myself. So that was the start of it. And then one thing led to another, working in the lab with, some profound herbalists like Akadama at Akadama Herbs and Russell Harrison, Dr. B, with evolution. I learned a plethora of information of herbs, but not only what the herbs do, I learned how to formulate those herbs. So just, being a little chemist, getting in there and putting the formulas together and making sure that they work. And one thing led to another. That's my passion. I love biology. I've always loved biology, but learning and understanding how the female reproductive system function is very complex. And I'm like, somebody's got to learn this stuff to explain it to the next person. So let that be me. So I just dedicated my life to learning more about it. And one thing led to another. Then I created my own herbal company, Earth Herbs, in 1998. And from that, female reproductive system program came out of that, which is Divine Wombs for Life. And that really just opened the doors for me.
Okay, so tell us, what is Divine Wombs for Life? What?
So Divine Wombs for Life is a female reproductive educational program that I teach young girls and women how the whole female reproductive system function, and I teach you how to take care of it, meaning how to detox and cleanse and heal from a spiritual perspective.
Okay, all right. So, and this is for what's the age range you normally teach this?
From 8 years old to 99. If you have a vagina, if you have a reproductive system, you will learn.
All right. So from 8 to 99, you're in her target range.
Yes. So my book that I wrote, which is Body Changes 111, I wrote it for my goddaughter, who was 8 years old at the time. So it's really teaching young girls about puberty and what their body is going to go through, the changes that they're going to go through, and helping them understand hygiene and helping them understand the hormonal changes step by step. So it's kind of like a workbook so they can understand, what their body is going to go through, the changes, and how to embrace that and understand that it's sacred. When a young girl becomes a woman of age, here in this culture, we don't have a rites of passage. So I created that so that they can understand that is a sacred time.
Okay. So why do you think that that's important for young girls to understand their reproductive system at such a young age?
Well, just like we learn how our ABCs at 3 years old, we can learn how the female reproductive system function at 3 years old. So the importance of knowing, of how to identify, understanding the different anatomies of the reproductive system helps right away. So if there's pain, then you can kind of say, oh, well, I'm having pain in this area and that area, and it helps the doctors better understand what's going on with you. So my whole thing is to know thyself, and knowing thyself is not just understanding your physical aspect. It's also learning the spiritual and the mental, but more importantly, where your organs are located inside your body. Because if you're having some pain on your right side and you don't know what organ is on that side, you can't tell the doctor anything. So if you know that your liver is on your right side and your pancreas on your left side, then you can kind of give the doctors some type of perspective of what to look for.
Okay. All right. And do you believe that they're teaching this in schools, or teaching enough of it in school?
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, anatomy is only a very small segment of anatomy, but it's elementary. But when I speak with most of my clients, I'm always going back to the basics. When you understand where your organs are located in your body, that's one thing. But understanding how they function really helps you take care of yourself. Because if you know how it functions, then you know how to take care, how to nourish it.
Okay, all right. And so, there are going to be a lot of people here in the audience. In fact, I'm going to, so Lolita Dixon says, shout out to LCB class of 86.
Well,
Delisa Brown Clark, her comments on the screen right now says, wow, I haven't seen you in years. So some of your Lake Charles, Boston and Lake Charles folks are giving you a shout out.
it's gonna be a class reunion.
The family reunion up in here tonight. So there are several women in the audience. They're listening. Tell them why should they contact you?
Well, for one, if you're having any type of issues or you want to know more about your reproductive system, by all means, reach out to me, email me. But what we are lacking in this society is the understanding of how complex the reproductive system is. And just by understanding just a minor thing, which I can help you understand, like just for instance, a yeast infection. A lot of women don't know that a yeast infection is a parasite. The doctor's not going to tell you that that's a parasite. Trichomosis, that's a parasite. So just understanding what these disorders are, I can kind of help you, get a little more relief and help you, heal that aspect, because there's no such thing as nothing can be healed. God didn't make the human body to not be healed. I mean, it tells you in the Bible to use the herbs as our meat, as our food. So every herb on the planet helps every aspect and every organ in the body.
Okay, so then let's give the audience a picture. So we were in Atlanta, I think it was, and I came to one of your workshops, like many moons ago. It was kind of, I was the only guy in there, but I was I was okay. I was surrounded by a whole bunch of women. I was good. But so give the audience a sense of, when they come to one of your workshops, and by the way, it was a very good workshop, very educational. When they come to your workshop, what are they going to leave with?
They're going to leave with ways to enhance their life, period. Because I work from a spiritual perspective, and I'm a firm believer that if your spirit is wounded and you don't heal that aspect of your life when the actual thing happened to you, you could be traumatized. It can be a list of things that happened to you in childhood. So being traumatized stays inside our cells. So I'm a firm believer that if you have access to breathe, then you have access to heal your cells. So when we release that chemical that we're holding on to, which is the trauma, then it allows your whole reproductive system to heal. Because if you heal your womb, then you heal in your whole body. Because your womb is the center of every woman's life, because that is where life comes forth. So if your womb is imbalanced, like if you have a yeast infection, I'm just gonna say yeast infection, your whole life is upside down. That's traumatizing within itself. So if that's affecting your womb, then it's affecting your whole life. So if you heal that aspect of your life, then your whole life can prosper, can bloom.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So one of my cousins said hello. She says, Stephanie Bazil says,
Hi,
I love her.
Hi, Stephanie.
So we've been in the midst of this pandemic, and even with in this pandemic, business still goes on. So has your business been impacted in this time?
Yes, it's been impacted in a great way. Like, I'm getting more business now. And, I tell a lot of people, like back in the day, You know, when I would tell people, oh, I don't eat meat and I eat, you know, a vegetarian diet, and everybody looking at me like, girl, give me some boudin. I'm like, I don't know about that, but you know, Cedrick, he always wants some boudin. But the thing, you know, the way that I was living for over 30 years is the way that everybody's trying to live right now. So it's really the time for us to learn how to take care of ourselves. Be responsible for your own health, because no one else is going to take care of you like you. So if you learn how your organs function, then you'll be able to heal your own body. You know, everyone is a healer within their own being. So learning how your organs function is the best way to reach optimum health.
Well, that's awesome. And you know, well, first of all, it's very good that your business has been impacted in a positive way during this pandemic. When everybody, you know, a lot of the business have been impacted in a negative way. But you know, when people hear eating healthy, changing the way you eat, changing your diet, especially for South Louisiana, right? You know, people get scared about that, or they get nervous about it, and they say, "No, I don't want to do it." Right? So help the audience understand that eating healthy doesn't mean life is over. It's the end of good food or anything like this. So kind of give people a perspective, put this in proper perspective for them.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's like a way of life. And when you're eating, we have to eat for nutrition. You know, a lot of us, we were raised to eat good food. I know I was always at Cedrick house in Mama Effie's kitchen. Whatever she was cooking, I was eating. But we was raised off of, because, you know, they had their own chickens. They grew their own food. We had our own food, which was natural. We never went out to eat. I don't know. I can't even name a restaurant in Lake Charles when I was growing up for us to go out to eat, because my mother cooked every day, 3 times a day, and Cedrick's parents cooked every day, 3 times a day as well. So if I wasn't eating at my house, I was eating at his. So what you eat really determines what your health is going to be like, because we have so many choices of food these days. And to be honest with you, it's not really natural food. We're eating processed foods, which is coming out of a box, has no nutritional value whatsoever. I don't care what they write on that box. There's no nutritional value in something sitting on a shelf with preservatives all over. So the name of the game is living a natural lifestyle. I mean, you don't have to change your diet drastically right away like I did, but you can do it in increments, you know, little bit at a time, one day at a time. But I always give my clients a challenge. If you love pasta and you eat pasta a lot, stop eating pasta for a whole month and then go back to eating pasta, and pay attention to how it affects not just your body, but how it affects your mind. Because food has a lot of chemicals in them, a lot of toxins in them that affects our hormones, and we don't even realize that. So 9 times out of 10, the food that we're eating is what's causing us to be sick. So if we change, you know, our eating habits, then that'll give us a better chance to have optimum health. And drinking water, I can't even express and stress how much water you need to drink on a daily basis just to keep everything moving and flowing. So if you flushing your system out with purified water, half your battle is won right there, because the name of the game is keeping everything moving. You don't want nothing sitting inside your system no more than 6 to 8 hours. I mean, technically, we should have a bowel movement after we eat, 6 to 8 hours after we eat.
Yes, and folks, let me tell you, every time I talk, she talks about having these movements. So,
bowel movements.
I just say movements.
Moving on fecal matter.
So if someone wanted to get in contact with you, how would they do that?
They can reach out to me through email, eartherbs, urtherbs @gmail.com. So definitely you can email me and I'll get back to you right away. I'm really big on emails.
Okay, awesome. And you have a website?
Yes, my website is eartherbs, that's urtherbs.com.
Awesome, and I have that on the screen as well, and we'll put that up throughout the show today as well. So, you know, it's always a challenge changing your eating habits. So, Is this something that you recommend people do just like cold turkey overnight? Or how do you recommend that people go about this process?
So what I do is I have a group. It's called the Nourish Thyself Community, and we cleanse our organs every seasonal change, which is every 3 months. And not only do we cleanse our organs, we cleanse the organs pertaining to the season. So like right now, we're in summer. So the organs pertaining to summer, associated with summer, is the heart, the stomach, the spleen, and the small intestines. So we focus on those particular organs, and we cleanse those organs, and we also eat the foods of those organs. So the Nourish Thyself community, I guide you step by step by step. It's not like I say, here's a product, take it, you're on your own, bye. No, I walk you from the beginning to the end so that you understand what's going on inside your body when you're taking these products. So cleansing your system every seasonal change means you're staying in tune with nature. So everything is about going back to the basics. If you are, into nature, then your chances of becoming sick is slim. So I'm a very big advocate about preventive health. So don't come to me if you got stage 4 cancer. I can't help you. that's not what I do.
It's not a miracle cure.
I'm not a miracle cure, but what I do is help you prevent yourself from getting cancer or getting any other disease. So if you just change your diet, really change your mindset, because it's all about what you think. When you change your mindset about eating, knowing that, okay, so I'm eating this so that I can get nutrients, not so I can get full and feel good. And no, it's about getting the proper amount of nutrients that your body needs so that you can be happy and have a lot of energy and be energetic. So once you change your mindset, then when you start detoxing and cleansing your system, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel better. So you're not going to have any choice but to want to eat better foods.
Okay. All right. So Lolita said, how is she going to eat her spaghetti?
Well, you can stop. You can start by using non-pasta. There's different noodles out there. You can eat mung bean noodles, which is less carbs. So there's buckwheat noodles. It's so much natural food out there. You just got to do the research, or call me and I'll let you know. But I also have a food guide. If you do any of my cleanse, I give you a food guide plus some material to read, so you can understand what organ we're working with and understand what's happening while you're doing the cleanse. Plus, the food guide have some delicious recipes to where we don't starve when we're cleansing. We eat foods to give us nourishment, but at the same time, we're detoxing our system to get rid of the toxins and just giving the digestive system a break from all the normal stuff you regularly eat.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I hear you correctly. I believe I am, but I just want to explain to the audience. You're not saying understand, you're saying overstand.
Yes.
Okay, so help us overstand that.
It's a mind thing where I don't understand. I'm not under anything. I overstand and I have understanding. So it's just a perspective of words. That's all.
Okay, I love it.
It's all about the etymology.
Okay, I absolutely love it that you're helping people raise their level of overstanding.
Yes, your consciousness is key.
Absolutely. So, I kind of asked a little bit earlier, but I want to make sure that I'm clear because I know some new people have come online. So, who's your ideal client is the first part of the question. And then, so answer that, and then I'll ask you a second part of the question.
Okay. The ideal client is anyone who's ready to take full responsibility of their health and really learn how the body functions and really learn what foods you should be eating in each season so that you can get the nourishment that you need to heal. So if you're at that point and you're ready to live the best life ever, that's my client.
Awesome. So, and when that client comes to you, are they that they get your stuff and then they're left alone, or is there some continuous program to help them stay focused and keep them accountable?
Yes, I have a private group where when you take any of my products, you automatically become part of the community, which is the Nourish Thyself community. So you get tons of material along with your products, and you get me. I'm going to guide you step by step. So it's not just like I say, you take my products and I send you on your way. No, you're going to learn something with me, because I'm a firm believer that if I'm teaching you something, I want you to walk away with something that you can use right now, right away. So it's about doing the work.
That is awesome. So someone just came on here and said, hello, Bonita. It's on the screen. You might know her.
Hi, Crystalline. I just said, eat your food too, Crystalline.
So, folks, we are talking with Miss Talibah Ndidi, also known as Miss Bonita Hawkins. And she's a part of the Blake Street crew, folks, and she's with Earth Herbs, and she's here to help you better understand one, female productive health, but also health overall, and how you can change one, starting with changing your mindset. And once you change your mindset, then you can change what you eat, how you eat, what you put in your body, and how you feel. You see, what I think is what I feel, and what I feel is what I say. What I say is what I do, and that's what she's here to help us with. So if you have questions, definitely put them in the chat, and we will. She will make sure that she answers those. So let me ask you this: so, what advice would you tell people to consider when they want to either change or try or to improve themselves, especially during this crisis?
Well, like you were saying, to piggyback on that, what you think is what you make real. So if you don't get it in your mind that you're gonna make a change, then you're not gonna make no change. So you gotta deprogram your thoughts and reprogram yourself to saying, hey, I'm about to detox, I'm about to cleanse my body out so that I can be healthy and have optimum health. So once you agree with yourself, and this is what I tell all my clients, and they think I'm crazy, but take a silent moment and talk to your body. Tell your body, hey, talk to your cells. We're getting ready to go on a journey. We're going on a healing journey, and I'm about to flush all these toxins out of here. So everybody, y'all can have fun, but y'all getting ready to leave. But when you talk to your body and get your cells on board with you, then it makes the process easier. Trust me, you can talk to all my clients. They'll tell you that it works because we think that if we talk to ourselves, we're crazy. But when you're praying, who hears you first when you're praying? Can somebody answer that? Cedrick, who hears you first when you're praying?
Well, you're telling it to yourself, so you're gonna hear it first.
You're gonna hear it first. So your cells is gonna hear everything you tell them, and that helps you. And that takes a load off of, oh, how am I gonna do this? I can't get through this. No, when you tell your body what you're about to do, it makes the process much easier.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So Lolita asked, what foods should she be eating during this season?
Summer foods, your fruits, all your leafy green vegetables, anything that's growing outside on the tree right now and from the ground. You should not be eating no pasta. No carbohydrates. But now, the basics, summer foods, all your fruits, all your vegetables, lentils, because I don't really eat beans. I eat lentils, which is a legume, and chickpeas. That's a good one. So, of course, all your lettuce, all your leafy greens, and you can juice them. You can put them in smoothies, however you want to be. You can be creative with all the food now. Right now, I'm ODing on acai berry. Like there's this acai berry that I freeze it and I eat it like a sherbet.
What kind of berry?
Acai.
Acai berry.
Acai, yeah, it's from the Amazon. It's very, very, very good antioxidant. really helps with vitamin C. It's a high count of vitamin C, so it's a really good berry. But I just like eating it like a sherbet. I freeze it.
Okay.
You can freeze your grapes. You can freeze all your fruits. And if you have a juicer, you can put all those through the juicer, and it comes out like ice cream, natural ice cream with no preservatives in it.
Awesome. That's a good advice. I might have to follow up with you on that to try that. So, do you have any workshops or events, virtual events coming up soon that people can sign up for?
Nope, I don't have anything going on right now. I was supposed to have a retreat in Jamaica, but all of that was pushed back for next year.
Okay. All right. And however, even though you don't have an event coming up, they still can go to your website and they can get educated on the process and your products and services.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And just so that everybody's clear, you make products that you can ship to different locations?
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, make, because I make all my products with these hands. I don't use no fillers or nothing other than the actual herbs themselves. So I am a formulator. What you're getting is fresh organic herbs, and I only make the product when you order. I don't have products sitting on a shelf. So when you order, I make the products. So I'm a one-woman show over here, so it may take a little time for you to get your products, like 5 to 7 days, but I'm the only one here. You're getting all my love. So every product I'm putting love in. So
you're getting all natural, handmade goodness shipped to you in 5 to 7 days.
Yes.
All right. So Martha Nasi said,
"Hey, Martha.
What do you think about ashwagandha?"
Ashwagandha is a good herb. It's good. It helps you relax. It's a good one.
Okay. All right. See, I don't even know what that is, but all right. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, some good herbs that we should be, ingesting right now in the summer is really some blood herbs, like pardiaco, burdock. Those are some good blood herbs to keep your, purifying your blood and keep your bloodstream flowing. And at the same time, another good herb because we're dealing with this COVID is for your lungs, which is mullein. Mullein saved my life. I told you I almost died and had a respiratory tract infection. Mullein is a great herb right now that we should be drinking because it helps nourish your lungs. So vitamin C, tons of vitamin C, we should be ingesting. So, it's a whole list of herbs we could be taking right now to help build up our immune system, which I do have on my website, which is Burfew. Burfew is just a berry infusion that I made with elderberry, schizandra berry, hawthorn berry, which is good for the heart. So it's a great tonic to help nourish your whole immune system.
So why do you think that they're not teaching this stuff in schools more widely?
Because they don't really want you to heal. I mean, in this society in Western, and I've been studying medicine for over 30 years, and the reason why I changed my name is because to protect myself. Being an herbalist back in the day, they would lock us up if they really caught us making natural products, because they know natural products heal. All your pharmaceuticals are made from herbs. So because it's a healing process and it's going to take money out of their pocket, they're not teaching that. They're not teaching that at all. So that's why I'm like, hey, 8 years old, I'm teaching you. Like I actually just did a herbal class for youth, and teaching the youth how to identify herbs, how to, how to use the herbs, teaching them at a young age so that they can grow up knowing what herbs that's going to help heal their body.
Okay. All right. So I have a lot of teachers and principals in the audience. Do you go to schools and bring programs to schools?
Yes, I do. I'll speak at schools. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So Stephanie asked, is sea moss good for everyday use?
Yes, it is. I take sea moss every day.
Okay. All right. So
Menopause is a mineral. It's a mineral, and it has 92 of the trace minerals that the body needs.
Okay. All right. Well, then we will mark that down. So give us one or two things that women can do differently going forward from today in terms of their health and wellness. Just one or two things that they can do.
Well, the first thing that I would like to share with women is to talk to your womb. Like sit in meditation, place your hand over your womb and really talk to your womb and tell your womb how much you love her, you know, and apologize to her for the way you've been treating her for all these years, you know, using unnatural products.
So I heard you guys say that in your workshop, and I was like, okay.
Yes. Yes. So, you know, that's one thing that they can start doing today. And if they email me, I will send them, it's like a womb mandala that I have, and it'll guide you in ways to see what's attached to your womb spiritually. A lot of us don't realize that we gather so much on this journey called life, and a lot of things just stick with us because we're women. We hold things in, we absorb. Men are penetrators, women we absorb. So we hold on to a lot, and we hold it in our womb because the womb is our center. So I have a nice little mandala exercise that you can use. If you email me, just put in there send mandala, then I'll send it to you. And that will help you get started right now in balancing yourself, because it's all about balance. It really is.
And our email address is on the screen. It's herbsearth@gmail.com. And if you're watching this at some point, you can always put your message in there. We will be doing a watch party on this later tonight, and we'll generally do it again sometime later this week as well. But the link will always be live. It'll also always be on my YouTube channel. So we'll put that up there either late tonight or tomorrow morning. So it's always there and available for you as well. We're talking to Miss Talibah Ndidi and about women's reproductive health and just general health overall. And she's sharing with us a lot of great information for you to change your mindset, for you to change what you do every day and the food that you eat and what you put in your body. So take notes, take a hold, and contact her at earthherbs@gmail.com, or go to her website at earthherbs at sorry, hold on.
Earthherbs.com.
Yeah, earthherbs.com. I keep putting the here. Hold on, let me put your
there it is.
Yeah, scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Yeah. I'm a little bit slow, but I get it. So you wrote a couple of you have a couple of ebooks out there. Tell us about those ebooks, and so people can so they can get those and help themselves.
Right. So the first book that I wrote is an actual workbook, and it's out of print right now. But the second book is an ebook, and you can go to my website, and if you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get a free copy of it. It's a digital download. And you know, it's a really good book to help you become a little more aware of the spiritual aspect of your womb, of your whole being, and helping you understand the connection that you have with the moon. So the moon in correlation to the woman is identical. So there's 4 phases of the moon, and then there's 4 stages of your menstrual cycle. So download that book. It's free. You'll get a wealth of information in there.
Okay. Awesome. So so for men, I know we've been talking about women a lot, and we just want to focus on men just a little bit here. What can you tell men that they should do, they should consider, or really what they should do?
Yeah, men, the same thing. Is center yourself. You know, the name of the game is balance. And I see some Kristen talking about she need balance. Yeah. The name of the game is balance. For men with the prostate, saw palmetto is a great herb. Sarsaparilla is a great herb, and ginseng. Ginseng, sarsaparilla, and saw palmetto. If you take those daily, that will give you so much strength in your reproductive system to where your wife or your girlfriend gonna be like, get back. So, but it's also gonna nourish your whole reproductive system.
We just don't want to have too much reproduction when we're having kids.
But you know what I mean. So,
Yes.
so the same principle goes for men. You know, if you're eating healthy, you're taking, you know, natural healthy products that'll help keep your body, in your immune system up. So this goes the same for men.
Okay, awesome. So Alexis says that you have been one of the best guests that I've had, and she's going to be
Oh,
reaching out to you.
thank you, Alexis, my niece.
So Miss Talibah is a part of the Blake Street crew, folks. You don't know, but she and I grew up next door to each other. We're like brothers and sisters from another mother. And
Literally. Literally. I was up in the chicken coop too. I was paying attention to Uncle Mitch and Pops. Trust me, I know how to raise animals because of them.
Well, they definitely did a good job at it. So we're talking about health and healthy eating and all that type stuff, but every now and then you got to have a little fun with eating and have something good and nice and sweet, a dessert. So tell the audience, what type of desserts do you eat?
I just told you one. It was a acai berry, but
oh, that's the dessert. Okay.
I like all fruit. I love fruit. All for watermelon for sure. I'm like, I got some seeded watermelons. And here's the thing, I don't eat no fruits that don't have a seed, because food that don't have a seed is genetically modified. And you can tell when you go grocery shopping, on all your produce, they have a tag on there with a number, a bar. And if it starts with a 9, that means is supposedly is organic. And if it has a 3, if it starts with a 3, that is genetically modified. And if it's a 4, that's conventionally grown, meaning they done sprayed it with some pesticide and all that other good stuff. But your best bet is the organic, which is the number 9. But you got to be careful, because sometimes they'll label it as a organic, but it's genetically modified, which it is organic. It's just not natural. It didn't come from the earth.
Okay.
So if you buy some lemons and you cut them in half, or even some oranges, don't take my word. Go to the grocery store right now, buy some oranges, cut it in half. You ain't gonna see no seeds in there. If you don't see no seeds, don't eat it. Because what I've found out in my research, that genetically modified foods don't resonate with our cells. When we eat the genetically modified foods, it cluster up our cells like cancer cells. If you look at a genetically modified fruit or vegetable under a microscope, the cells of it is going to look like clusters, like cancer cells. So it's not good for us to eat those things. It just slows the system down profusely. So if it don't have a seed, I'm not eating it.
All right. So it said 9 is organic, it is natural. A 3 is genetically modified, and a 4, you said?
Conventionally grown, meaning they spray it with pesticide and the natural way. I mean, the regular way, the normal way that they've always grown it.
Okay. All right. So, folks, we have come to the end of our show. It has been awesome having my friend on here today. I truly want to thank you very much for coming on the show, and I look forward to seeing more of your growth and development and future success with this. Reach out to Miss Talibah Ndidi at Earth Herbs if you need anything. I'm going to put her website back on here. Second. Oh, it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, and her email address is on the screen as well. So if you have any needs, reach out to her, and she will definitely be able to help you. There's been a lot of customers on here that of her customers on here that have testified that they Love her services, and they've been utilizing those services. Hey guys, I want to tell you, winning with money is 20% head knowledge and 80% behavior. Those who control their finances control their life. Learn to develop the good habits of money management and investing in this powerful webinar. It's called Investing 101, The Steps to 1 Million. And I will be putting that link in the chat for you to go and register for this webinar. It's going to be Saturday, July 25th from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And it is no cost to you. So you can go and register for this webinar. It's no cost to you. We're going to be teaching you all about investing. But you have to take the first step. And the first step is to go and register for this webinar. So I'm going to be leaving here in just a bit. I want you to join me on the Empowered Living Network, where the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, where I'm a founding partner, will be airing our show live. It starts at 6:30 Central Time here. We have over 1.8 million subscribers that tune in. So I need you to also go on over there and let's help us get us to 2 million subscribers. We'll see you there. And then at 7:30 Central, come right back here for Talk with TK, where TK is going to be talking to you about mindset. She's with Mindset 180 Academy. Always remember, folks, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Don't be on the menu. So I will see you next time. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you guys have a great evening. Hold on.